Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, and here now. Welcome to our number 3 of the line, Talk 99.5. It's it's so funny. Donald Trump posted as well. He said the failing New York Times, fake news CNN, and others just don't know what to do. They are desperately looking for a reason to criticize President Trump on the Iran situation, but just can't find it. Why don't they just say, at the right time, job well done, Mr. President, and start to gain back their credibility? And that's a problem, not just for the media outlets, but for a lot of people out there. They don't. I mean, you could objectively, and you could have been against this war and everything else, but you can't be an honest person and say to yourself that what's happened today wasn't a win. You can't. You just can't. And if you're still saying that, you're still saying, "Oh, this is a bad thing," then you're just a dishonest person. I don't know. You got Trump derangement syndrome. I know it's cliche to say that these days, but I've watched so many what were once credible people. They've contracted Trump derangement syndrome, and it's amazing to me. And it's going to keep them, if they truly have it, it's going to keep them from recognizing this W from the president, because it is a huge win. Trump also tweeted, Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again. It will no longer be used as a weapon against the world. Looks like the crazy commander-in-chief knew exactly what he was doing the whole time. And by the way, he's still telling Iran, you can't use the Strait of Hormuz until this is officially done. But he took the religious zealots, the Muslim Islamic extremists that run that country and have for 50 years, and told them, this is what you're going to do. Nobody thought that was possible. As I said yesterday, we've gone through our entire lives just assuming that it's just going to be chaos in the Middle East, and yet we're looking at peace through strength, maybe on the grandest scale that we've ever seen. I'm looking at the Dow Jones right now. Up over 1,000 points. The markets are rallying back. The oil prices are coming down. Like, all the things that people said they want are happening, but I don't expect them to give the president any credit on that. It's just, it's whatever. Listen, if people want to be deranged and not be honest with themselves about what's happening and what's good for us and what's not good for us, then that's fine. But you're still going to enjoy and reap the benefits. So you can just, ish in one hand and criticize Trump in the other and see which one fills up first. You heard? All right. I got a couple calls. I know, John Burr, we were going to announce the Ford. Can we put that off for just a few minutes? Let me go to Mike, who's on the road. Mike, what's up?
Hey, you there?
I am. What's
Hello?
up? Hey.
Can you speak on what that? This is what I heard. Okay, the governor of Virginia signed some bill along with other states to subvert the electoral college. Can you speak on that and tell me what's going on, or is that even true?
Yeah, we discussed it yesterday. So what it is there is, and I wish I remember the name of it. It's something called the Interstate Electoral Pact or something like that. And the governor of Virginia basically signed off to say that once enough states across the country agree to the same pact, that whoever wins the popular vote in a presidential election, that's where all of Virginia's electoral votes will go to. That is, that's something that has to have probably, like 4 other states sign on to. There's a bunch of blue states that have already signed on to it, but they've got to essentially get to the number 270 electoral votes, and they're at like 222. She just signed off on something that was already pre-existing, and it would essentially, it would eliminate the electoral college. It would just say, Whoever wins the popular vote, all of our electoral points will go to whoever wins the popular vote. And if it were in effect for this last election, all of those votes would
Right.
have went to Donald Trump because he won the popular vote. But as we know, most of the
Right.
time, Democrats win the popular vote, and that's exactly why they're signing off on that. Now, as far as the legality of it, I'm not sure how that flies because that would be in direct contradiction of the U.S. Constitution. But then you've
Exactly.
also got the side of things where states decide their own elections and decide how their electoral votes get doled out. I mean, there's some states that actually split their electoral votes, like I think Nebraska's one of them. But I don't know. I don't know how all that
Okay.
plays out, but it's very dangerous.
I mean, what do we do to circumvent that? I mean, how do we approach this?
I got to imagine that it would have to go through the court system and would eventually end up in the Supreme Court. And with the current makeup of the court, I can't imagine a world where they would go for that they would
Well,
strike that down. But crazier things have happened. So it's something
right.
that not enough people are talking about. It's kind of a big deal because it would
Well,
it would eliminate states like Alabama and other
right.
states that our votes wouldn't matter. I mean, even the people of Virginia, their votes wouldn't matter if they voted overwhelming for the Republican, but the Democrat won the popular vote. Their electoral votes would still go to the Democrat.
So it wouldn't matter Republicans at all. It would go to them regardless.
Yeah, it would just go to whoever won the popular vote, and that would be it.
So that makes you want to throw up.
Yeah.
Anyway, one more quick question. I'll let you go, man. Is it true that Keir Starmer is being asked to resign because of his vetting with Mandelson having an affiliation or whatever with Epstein? Is that true?
With affiliation with Epstein, you said?
Well, I think the foreign secretary in Britain, well, this is what I understand, had some affiliation with Epstein, and he wasn't vetted properly or something like that. And Keir Starmer is supposedly being asked to resign. I don't know if that's true or not, so that's why I asked you.
Yeah. I don't know the particulars on that, but it just on its face, it does sound like something that's probably true. You know, there's constantly
All right,
calls for
well, you
people to
know
step
what?
down.
I'm about to get out of the car, so hey now, love your show, man. Talk to y'all later, bud.
Hey now, thank you, Mike. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, I don't know about the Keir Starmer thing, but just by the way Mike described that story, it sounds legit to me. So I'll take Mike's word on it. Bubba Rumble up next. What's up, Bub?
Hey now, Funking Friday up in here.
Hey now, hey now, hey now. Hey now.
All right, so you and Jay Bizzle are my dudes. You guys are my Trump homies, man. And I found your show because the guy in my local market here, who was a total Trump supporter for many years, went to the rallies, was on board with the Let's Make America Great Again movement and all that. And then he went total TDS when the election got stolen in 2020. And went on the air, and I'm done with that guy. And he went full TDS panicking, and I couldn't listen to his show anymore. So then I went to the magic of the interwebs, and I said, I need to find me a show where people actually realize that Trump is the guy that we've been talking about our whole lives, the guy that's going to come in and piss the left off, piss the right off, piss the Democrats off, piss the rhinos off, and that's Trump. And if they need any more evidence, if anybody needs more evidence that Trump's the guy that we needed to shake this system up, look at how much flack he gets from both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
That's Exhibit A right there. He's the only guy that's ever going to give us a chance to at least reduce the power that our corrupt federal government has had, steering us into oblivion all these years, slow tracking us into destruction. And, you know, as far as the rhino, TDS, panicans are concerned, they're just as brainwashed as the rhino libtards are. They'd rather have some scumbag like Mitch McConnell or crying Paul Ryan or Mitt Romney or any one of those scumbags that just works hand in hand to just hollow our country out from the inside and eventually lead us down a path that we can't get back from, you know. But they're more comfortable with that. And I guess just that actual leadership that Trump has scares the panicking.
You know, my favorite is people that claim to be independent that completely they trash liberals, but they also trash Trump and say he's just an awful erratic president, and they just wish they had somebody moderate and somebody that was down the middle. And I'm like, how more in the middle do you need when you're getting flack from both the left and the right? There's this perception that has been created by social media or by the news media or whatever that has seeped into people's minds of all political affiliations that Trump is just a crazed individual, because instead of looking into, say, why he's doing what he's doing, for instance, with Iran, they just immediately jump to judgment and say, "Oh my God, he's this, he's that, he's all the things that the mainstream media has been telling us all along. It's the World War III thing they've been telling us about." You got the thing with the picture that people said he was trying to depict himself as Jesus. How long has the media been painting MAGA supporters as replacing their belief in Jesus Christ with Donald Trump? I've yet to meet any of those MAGA supporters. I've yet to meet Trump supporters that have said that Donald Trump is Jesus. I have not met one of them. Nobody's ever said that. At the most, I see Jesus is my savior, Trump is my president. You see those T-shirts or whatever. But nobody does that. But as soon as that picture came out, they're like, "Oh, see, you bunch of dumb Trump supporters. You think he's Jesus. Now he thinks he's Jesus." And it's like, people are just getting – I think the internet's just making people too dopey. And it's
and the lamestream media, too. There's people that are addicted to the Fox versus CNN.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's literally – it's robbing people of the ability to think for themselves, and they don't even realize it. They're being fooled into thinking that they're thinking for themselves, when in reality they're going along with what these people that have been proven wrong time and time and time again have been telling them all along.
Yeah, the deep state, the swamp creatures, whatever you want to call them, they're going full court press to try to reconsolidate their two-party conundrum, where there really is no good thing for America that's ever going to happen, no matter who the president is. And we got the guy that's actually making effective, positive changes for the working class, us poor working class schmucks who like to get up and earn our own money for the day. And this Iran thing is another prime example about just nothing but fear and loathing from the rhinos and, of course, the left. And it seems to me like this is something that's needed to be done my whole life. It's been talked about, but nobody had the courage to step up and do it, except our dude Trump. And I got to thank you and Jay Bizzle. From the day I found this show, you have never backed off of being a Trump supporters. And this is another reason why this is my favorite show, because I know I can tune in and just hear some good news about what's going on instead of all just crying and whining like everybody else is doing, including Alex Jones and Marjorie Trader Brown and all them. There's some kind of psyop going in that realm of the media sphere, because all those people didn't just naturally come to this 25th Amendment Trump thing when, they used to be the alternative media. They got the $7,000, man.
Yeah, that's another argument that's been made that I've seen. It was like, you mean to tell me that Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones and Tucker and Candace, you mean to tell me that it was just a coincidence that all these people all at the same time decided Trump was off his rocker and he was doing the wrong thing? I'm like, no, it wasn't a coincidence. Somebody probably got to these people and said, hey, you can really benefit from being a former Trump supporter. And by the way, a story is as old as Donald Trump's political career. Former Trump supporter all of a sudden breaks with Trump, and now it's their biggest critic. They're his biggest critic, and it's like we've seen this. Like, you're not fooling anybody. You're not being original. You're not thinking for yourself. Like, we know what this is. We've seen it 100 times.
10 years plus of it, all the way back to 2016. You go down the list of former Trump confidants or whatever you want to call them that turncoat, and it all has to do with money, probably in the deep state enticing them in one way or the other. But not my dudes on the Hey Now show. Andrew Mandu and Jay Bizzle are OG Trumpers, and it ain't going to change. We ain't fooled, and the Hey Now Nation knows that too.
That's it, baby. We ain't
All right,
moving.
well, that's right.
All right, buddy.
Later. Hey now.
Hey now. That's the thing. We catch heat all the time. I mean, well, John Bird doesn't catch heat because he's John Bird. People aren't going to hate on him. But I catch heat all the time because it's like, well, Andrew just defends Trump no matter what. No, I'm defending what I know is ultimately going to be me ending up on the right side of the issue. That's what I'm defending. If it were somebody else besides Trump that were making these bold, brash moves that ultimately worked out in the appropriate manner, then I'd be on the board with that too. I'm in the business of winning, okay? I like to win. I like America to win. I like America to be the world's superpower. And when I see things happening and decisions being made that's going to be a win for America, that's what I'm going to side with. Whether it's popular or not, whether it makes me look like some sort of cult member or not, I would rather you, random person on the internet, call me a cult member and end up 6 weeks later on the right side of the issue than sit here and just go with the crowd and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm angry at Trump too. He's obviously got dementia." Y'all can keep that, man. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. There's a reason that all these years later, Andrew Mclain is still on the radio. It's because if I was to spend all this time spewing BS or just going along with the crowd, I'd sound like every other radio show out there. I would. And I could be easily replaced because there's a million of them. But instead, JB and I, we stick to our guns. got to do with it? Just saw a meme. It says stock market is back up. Bitcoin is back up. Oil is back down. The Strait of Hormuz is open. Nuclear deal is close. And it's Friday. And it's a video. It's an AI video of Fat JD Vance singing, "Can you take me higher?" It's so good. So good. I'm going to retweet that, actually. Let me just repost that. Yeah. At Andrew Mclain, who on X, if you want to see that for yourself. It's really good. Coming up next segment, my 4 picks for John Bird Plays the Guitar next week that you, ladies and gentlemen, will be able to vote on. On the text line, Walter says, don't you think Republican candidates could win the popular vote if they campaigned for it? I do. We can't have different systems, though. Yeah. I mean, outside of the fact that it's completely unconstitutional and I don't live in a democracy, I live in a republic. Yeah, it's obvious Republicans can win the popular vote if they have somebody like Donald Trump running for president, but we'll never have that again is the problem. But yeah, they can win. They can win, but they shouldn't have to win at the expense of our vote in Alabama or the vote of people in places like Tennessee or Missouri or Nebraska or Oklahoma, their votes being absolutely meaningless. The Electoral College is set up so that everybody has a voice and not just New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, or whatever has a voice. If, in fact, we go to some sort of popular vote scheme, those are the people that decide in presidents, not us. We might as well not even vote. So that's got to be stopped in its tracks. Now, on the other side of that, if we can pass the SAVE Act and get our elections cleaned up, Save America Act being the single most important piece of legislation that we've probably ever seen, then maybe you got a different story. But Carrie says, tell Bubba Rumble I love him. Looks like we might have a... I don't know if that's a male or a female, Carrie, but we may have a match made in heaven.
And I'm sure he's got that suntan working out there in Arizona.
Rudy says, did Mimo Ivy just make it a law that no vaping in public? Yes. Mimo Ivy does everything in her power to make my life miserable. She uses those crusty old hands to sign legislation that hurts Andrew Mclain. She needs to go. Get on out of here. That's how you tell her to go. That's the language she understands. Get on out of here. But yeah, it's about vaping in public places. You really shouldn't be vaping in public places anyway. Or at least as there's not, like, you don't want to be blowing vape smoke in people's faces. That's kind of dumb. I would suggest against that. 205-545-9950. Ernest Financial, retirewithernest.com. Retirewithernest.com, your spot to save yourself a lot of heartache when retirement comes around. You know, once you get in your 60s, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, somewhere in that range. You're getting ready to hang it up, man. You've been working your whole life, and you're ready to just relax and do what you want to do. But in order to do that, your money has to be there, right? And you don't know, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff in the world. Your money may not be there by the time you retire, or at least most of it, some of it, a little of it may not be as much as you thought it was going to be. I got a way to make sure that doesn't happen, and that's with a call to David Ernest. Doesn't cost you anything. They don't get fees from you. They just help you come up with a plan, put you in the right spot, and make your money grow, get it protected. It's really that simple. They got all the answers for you. You just got to call them and talk to them. Make sure you tell them Andrew Mclain sent you. And my buddy David Ernest, who's been doing this for well over 4 decades, can get you squared away. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't made this call, do it. If you're 55 or older and you got over $50K in your retirement, do it. 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-7233. Retirewithernest.com. Top 4 songs coming up. First, Tom Pale City. Tom, what's up?
Man, that's what I like about Bubba Rumble, man. He tells it like it is. Just keep doing your show, man, the way you do it, dude.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if I could drop dicks and swap spots, I'd put you first, man, in a heartbeat.
Do you want me waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Are you crazy?
Heck yeah, man. I can only stand Dixon for about an hour, then I'm like, okay, old man, you're done. I just try to catch up on the news of the day, and then once I've had enough, I'm like, okay, I'm out of here.
Well, Tom, that's a very mean thing of you to say.
10 o'clock.
Why do you hate me so much,
10
Tom?
o'clock. 10 o'clock. But anyway, man, looking forward to tonight. We're going to be there. I'm going to save everybody a table.
Sounds good.
It's going to be a party.
Sounds good.
Man, I have about, 6 chairs saved. I've talked to Diane when I get there and everything. It's going to be fun, man. Looking forward to it.
Roger that.
Free bird.
All right, Tom.
Free bird. Later.
See you. Wait, Tom, did Tom just say we have to sit beside him?
Well, no, I mean, if he's got a table of 6, he'll probably get it, like in a great place.
Mm.
You're looking for something, I know, all cozy and in the corner and smoochy, I lovey you.
Well, Tom, listen. If I don't sit by you, don't be offended. But we'll hang out with you. I just don't want to make it weird.
How would it be weird?
I'm just a weird person. I have social anxiety.
Yeah, I've been working on that for years, dude. You got to break yourself of that.
No, I'm a lot better than I used to be.
Yes, you are. Much better than you used to be.
Well, I used to have it real bad. But, I don't know. I mean, I've met Tom a few times. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to, whip out his guitar and start serenading me or something during your
No,
breaks.
I'm sure that won't happen.
Tom Pale City. Anyway, the moment you've all been waiting for. Your top 4 songs selected by yours truly, Andrew Mclain.
Yes.
DJ John Bird, Casey Kasem, give us selection number 1.
Selection number 1 is Because I Got High by Afro Man.
Oh, yeah.
That would actually be a good one.
Oh, man. Still messed up. And I know why. I might have to sing along with you if that's the one.
Go ahead, man. Bring it.
Because it's such a big win for freedom of speech that Afro Man had with the police department, I feel like it was only appropriate that I put Afro Man in there. DJ John Bird, Casey Kasem, what is selection number 2?
Number 2 is Plush by Stone Temple Pilots.
And the acoustic version, I love it.
Yes, it is an excellent version. Here we go. And I feel
Where's to go?
Yeah, this is actually a really beautiful version.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
You know what? A lot of grunge music was very melodic with complex chords, but the distortion covered up a lot. So when they did acoustic versions, you heard just how beautiful they were.
The beautiful.
The
Beautiful is the
beautifulness.
word.
Yes.
And selection number 3.
Can't believe you picked this one, man. I'm all about this one.
Let's hear it. Selection number 3.
I'll take it with that.
Higher Ground by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I saw a documentary on them, man. Amazing the way they became a band.
This was on the Power Rangers movie soundtrack.
Really?
It's the first time I ever heard it. I was a wee little lad
Yeah, I love this too.
back in the day when you would go to Walmart and buy soundtracks for movies.
Oh, that's right.
That would be the best place to get, like, you know, basically a mixtape would be movie soundtracks. Like, they were the best. The Power
yeah.
Rangers one, the, what was another one? Batman, was it Batman Forever or Batman? What was the one where you had Robin in it and Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face? Was Jim Carrey the Joker in that one?
Yes. That's where they started really kind of going overboard with
Batman,
with everything.
was it Batman Returns?
Batman.
I don't remember.
Batman's back again.
It was one of the Batman soundtracks, and then I'll tell you another great one was 8 Mile. The 8 Mile movie soundtrack
Yes.
had a great soundtrack
a good movie.
to it. All right, so there's your 3 songs, and what is number 4?
Number 4 is Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Running Down a Dream. That's just a great rocking song.
One of my best memories of this song was it, I think, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and I'd be flying the plane, and it would have the radio in it, and you'd put it on the Tom Petty channel, and I remember just flying through the desert to that song. Running down a dream. And it was just like, it was magical.
Brings back memories, man.
It was.
So those are the 4. I'll have them available after the show that everybody can vote on.
Yeah, be on the lookout on social media for your opportunity to vote on Andrew Mclain's top 4 for the week. And then coming up at 1 o'clock, we will have John Bird Plays.
The Guitar
That is going to be the song
by Creedence Clearwater Revival.
called
Came out in 1969. Looking Out My Back Door.
Looking Out My Back Door.
And I'm excited I'm debuting my my kazoo because I can't play harmonica. I've got like a harmonica holder, but I've got a kazoo in there.
Should we get Crank to come in here and do backups?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Sure.
Be very quiet. He's out hunting rabbits.
I was just curious.
Joking.
I was just joking. All right. Fun King Friday, 205-545-9950. Coming up next, I want to talk about a big fat contract to Catholic Charities in Miami. Or I guess, is it in Miami? Yeah, Miami, from the Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Miami getting pulled out from under them, and why that, ladies and gentlemen, is a good thing. animal. Wow. If you want to get in, 205 545 9950. It's 545 9950. Don't forget to go watch our video. And we probably should post it on the 995 YouTube as well.
Yeah.
John and Andrew go to Aldi.
Yeah, that'd actually be a great idea. Great.
John and Andrew go to Aldi. Our Bubba Army people were like, "Oh my God, y'all's Aldis, they're so nice."
I know, that was so funny.
I was like, "Would y'all's Aldis not look like that? Like, what do y'all's Aldis look like?" Trish loves Aldis.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one of my favorites, and a lot of times I go to the Walmart because it's like 2 miles from my house.
Yeah, the Walmart.
Yeah, that's what they call it in North Carolina, the Walmart.
The Walmart.
Yeah.
All right, so the Trump administration cuts $11 million, an $11 million contract with Catholic charities that were meant for migrant child shelters in Miami. The contract funneled through the Department of Health and Human Services supported the Brian O. Walsh Center, an 81-bed shelter and broader reunification program that's been running for over 60 years. $11 million for 81 beds? Seems a little steep, does it not? I mean, $11 million is a lot of money. But the gravy train is now over, and the program is going to be forced to shut its doors within the next 3 months. As Trump delivers on his promise to end the radical left's open borders nightmare that turned Catholic charities and other NGOs into multi-billion-dollar facilitators of the Democrat invasion, I'm glad to see that coming to an end. And it's coming on the heels of the Pope fight. Donald Trump's like, I'm not fighting with the Pope. Y'all need to quit making mountains out of molehills. I just disagree with him. Pope needs to stay out of American politics. Simple as that. We'll do us, you do you. You ain't letting any migrants in the Vatican, all right? You got yourself surrounded by walls. We're going to do the same, cool? Just call this the United States of the Vatican. Because we cutting it off. I'll be honest, there's a lot of churches out there, and I've seen this. And listen, do your thing, all right? But I've watched some churches take advantage of this kind of with Catholic charities, there's a lot of migrant stuff that goes on there, all across the country. But there's churches, even here in Alabama, that I've seen that have basically turned into kind of rehab churches. They will open a rehab and make a decent amount of money off of running a rehab, to be a faith-based rehab or whatever. And I'm all for rehabs and, helping people get clean or, break away from addiction. But I've seen some churches where it's kind of like they've missed their mission of being a church, and they've just turned into a rehab. And at the end of the day, as important as it is to get people off dope and get them cleaned up and get them sober and everything else, spreading the message of the gospel is far more important than that.
There you go. Give them something after they get clean. Give them Christ, yes.
But it's it doesn't seem to work out that way for some. Now, I'm not criticizing all churches that have rehab programs, but I have seen personally, I've seen some that have just kind of, put all their eggs in the rehab basket and don't really seem like a church anymore. Not to say that these Catholic charities are directly tied to any churches. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But they were doing this at some point, and maybe when they started, they had good intentions, but they have basically turned into a business. And there are so many churches out there that have turned into businesses instead of churches. And it's kind of gross, if you ask me, because that's one of the things that the Bible warns against. I mean, we go back to the you know, Jesus flipping over the tables in the temple, and
Yep.
talking about the tax collectors and the
Selling
loans and,
doves, selling the sacrifices. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
yeah. So anyway, when I saw that, that was my first thought. I was like, wow, this has been a problem with a lot of churches across the country. And listen, wherever there's money to be made, it's going to corrupt people. Unfortunately, and that's including in the church. And so if you're going to do that, that's fine. But I don't want you doing it on the back of the taxpayer. I don't want you getting millions of dollars. Plus, this particular Catholic NGO or Catholic charity that's like housing migrants, there's probably, I don't know this to be true because it wasn't in the report, but there's a good chance that they're not even facilitating migrants anymore. Because now that the border's closed, you don't have migrants pouring across the border. You don't have migrants to put in those beds. So it's kind of like, what are we sending you $11 million for? Larry's in Columbia, somewhere. What's up, Larry?
Some one of those. I just heard something on the TV that I wanted to relate to John Bird.
Okay.
I just found out that when you listen to Hank Williams singing Lovesick Blues,
Mhm.
the steel guitarist is not Don Helms, it's Jerry Bird, B-Y-R-D. He was a session player in Nashville. He detested Hank Williams, but it was a job. So he was playing on Hank's recordings that day. They did Lovesick Blues, and, of course, it blew up.
I think what Larry's trying to say, John Bird, is, even though I'm very difficult to work with, at least it's a job.
At least it's a job. Now, I wonder if I'm related because we have birds in Tennessee that we're related to.
That's what I'm thinking about. So, John Bird, your musical abilities, you got your chips, the honest way. It's in your genes, sir.
There you go. I appreciate that, Jerry Bird.
Jerry Bird.
All right. I like it. Well, thanks, buddy.
Later.
I appreciate that, Larry.
Sure.
It's better than Robert Bird.
Oh, less.
Oh, Robert Bird.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and this whole Catholic charity thing, this Catholic charity thing is going to be part of the Catholic pile-on that the left and the mainstream media is trying to do, because, as you know, they're taking this situation with the Pope and turning it into something that it's not. Evidence of that was 60 Minutes did a piece, I guess, last week or earlier. Well, I guess it may have been last weekend. They grabbed 3 different progressive American cardinals, brought them on their show, and then had them essentially pile on Donald Trump for, his spat with Pope Leo. They're desperate to shatter Trump's base, Catholic base, before the 2026 midterms. Listen.
Cardinal McElroy, we are speaking in a church here in Washington, D.C. that serves a largely immigrant population. The pastor asked us not to share or publicize this parish name or location. What's he worried about?
He's worried for his people. They live under fear, and thus our mass count at the Spanish masses in our archdiocese went down 30% from the year before. 30%, that's a lot. And it's all fear.
Before he became Archbishop of Washington, Cardinal Robert McElroy served as the Bishop of San Diego, one of the busiest stretches of the southern border for illegal crossings.
I feel it got to a point where it was getting out of control.
Under Biden?
Under Biden, yes.
You believe in strong borders.
Yes.
So what's wrong then with the current policy?
This is a roundup of people throughout the country, people who have been living good, strong lives, been here a long time, raised their children here, many of their children born here, and are citizens. That's what our objection is.
But this was discussed during the campaign. It was widely discussed. And yet President Trump won the Catholic vote over Kamala Harris handily.
That's right. So in other words, get over it.